Me and the missus have produced 2 daughters. Well, actually, no. And when they were like that, they were very nice. You know, they're 14 and 17 and they're cows. Still, I'm sure something will happen soon. And this is called Horizon. It's just a little story about me and them stuck up the top of this cliff one day having a little chat. It's called Horizon. From high up we look out across the green blue ocean. Below, on Strangles Beach, people move like punctuation marks. See how small they are. I show Molly. That's how high we are. Hold me, Dad, she says. How far is it to the horizon? Nancy asks. A footstep beyond infinity. It's like your shadow, says Molly. When you move, the horizon moves. When kids say that to you. Yeah. Is it all right there, Dad?
Yeah.
Put it there like that. There we are. You stay there. In Truro, where I live, it was a very nice town. Until 1851, when in the census they discovered that only 10% of people in Cornwall were worshipping Anglicans. So they panicked, the Anglicans, because the Methodists were in charge, and they thought Methodism was going to breed a socialist revolution, and the Cornish were all a bunch of Bolsheviks. Actually, they're a bunch of self-employed miners who are off all over the world making money, but you know, don't matter. And so they decided they were going to impose authority. And so the first thing they did is they created the Diocese of Truro. Then they appointed a bishop called Benson, who turned out to be a sadomasochist. And his first action when he came to Cornwall was to appoint a canon missioner, who, as a missionary, went into obscure places in the heartlands of Cornwall, into the deepest jungle of South Petherwin and St Day, in order to convert heathen souls to the Word. And then he went to London and started parading around and asking all the women he met to give him their jewels so that he could get enough money to build a cathedral. And strangely enough, they did. And he built this thing in the middle of Truro. And there it sits. And people in Lower Rosewind Row, where I live, have never actually looked out of their window and seen people in Park Vedras Terrace over the other side of the valley. Because there's this fucking great thing in the middle. And not only that, but it messes up the TV signal. Right? So tomorrow, Manchester United is playing Aston Villa. And my wife will have to go up to St Austell to her mother's house to watch it on the Sky because we can't get it where I live. Right? This is the price you pay for religious suppression.
Just wait till you go digital.
Eh? I'm having an argument with the BBC about bloody digital. Because I aren't going to go digital until they move the cathedral. With that words. Anyway, when they were building it, and it looks very old, but actually it's very new, when they were building it, this is a little story of something that happens to... Hello. Come here, quick.
Very late.
It's alright, this is a story of one of the things that happened to one of the blokes who was building it. We'll let you get settled in it.
Thank you.
That's alright. We're in Truro building a cathedral.
I've been there.
Have you?
Yeah.
This is the bloody great big building in the middle with the pointy bits on top.
I must be very drunk.
It might have been very early in the morning and there was a mist and you got
That was it. It was the
maybe it was a
mist.
touch of both. You
Red mist.
This is called The Price to Pay. Up the western towers, bitter. Hammer on cold steel all morning, crouching on half-cut stone in the lee of the southwesterly. Come dinner, we always went down. Missus, if she had money and was up Truro, sometimes she'd go to dispensary for something for her chest. She took bad living by the river, always damp underfoot and cold air on the tide turning. She was slim as a hunting heron and sharp as his beak. Well, if she had money, she'd bring me up a pasty. That day, I see her, with her basket, me mouth flooded with hunger. She made the finest pasty in all the Carrick roads. Row, he shouted, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard, the Truro Express. Nobody ever knowed what stupid bugger never set the cage safe last time up. Richardson, Williams, Ford, Whitford, I was the last to climb on. We may have been working on God's mansion, and God knows we was poorly paid for sneaking up as close to heaven as we could get. Row, he screamed, Jesus Christ, brake! For Christ's sake, brake! I pulled and I pulled. We ran down the cable. The brake was next to useless. We had no time to pray, nor write our testaments. Row jumped. The others got taken by cart up to Bassett's infirmary. I got hammered. As we hit the ground, I was looking straight, deep as the hand of God reaching in to grapple with me wayward soul, deep into the eyes of she who held all my love in the silence of her horror, standing helpless. They took the saw to me feet. She held me through the blindness of my rage. She took the 300 quid and she rubbed salve into the sores under the tin legs they give me. Messrs. Wilcox of Wolverhampton, they came and they went, and I watched they towers dent the wind. Mr. Furnace put me picture on his sweet tins, and the kids called me Tom Trot. Old Tommy Trot, look what he got! No legs, just 2 towers, 2 pegs, and 2 fingers sticking up. Now, I was just telling Agnes here about my step-grandfather, who was a Polish. This isn't in the book, by the way. We're allowed to do one that's not in the book, Agnes says, so thank you very much. That's very good of you. And this is about a man called Leon Bartecki. He came from Poland to Britain during the Second World War. He fought in 5 air forces on both sides. He was a real survivor. He was an